This one's a commission. Hey, would you hit that light there? Thank you. Okay, we're ready. Of course, as I always want, guys, you guys got to start making some noise inside the comments. I have to know that you guys are there. First of all, it's a sound check. I want to know that you guys can actually hear me. So, can you hear me? And the answer should be yes. Yes, we can. We can hear you. Still no comments, guys. Oh, there we go. Hi, Renee. All right, this is Renee's painting. This is hers. I'm excited about this one, by the way. We're going to have a lot of fun. Of course, the way we start off with all of them, we're going to end up doing all of, for you, we're going to do all of the clouds. That's going to be the start. So let's get to it. I want to make sure. Okay, my head's not in the shot if I'm right here, right? You guys can see me, but you can't see my head? Is that good? Okay, all right. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. All righty then. Oh, actually, I may need to move. Oh, of course, I've got to move this. Where all of my paint is going to have to move to the other side. We'll have to move that over there. And then center this one. Let's move this over this way. Nothing like being ill prepared for a painting. All right, let's do it. We're ready? Do I have enough light for this? I think so. Not quite. I really prefer a little bit more light. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay. Let's set this here. Get a little more backlit here. That's better, I think. All right. Ready, Freddy? Ready. Let's do it. Okay, we've been waiting long enough. Let's start getting in and start getting some painting done. All right. First thing is let's get some clouds started. So we're just going to take a great big broad brush. We're just going to put some white on in a couple of different areas. Along with that, I'm going to get some dark titanium white. And I'm going to get a little bit of that peach color that I like so much. I believe it's called coral in this case. For those that don't know, I am the creator of the iMagi Kingdom of Thor card game. I am also the individual who created the iMagi novel, the author of it. And I am also the author of The Man Who Would Be Time. And the forthcoming novel for this year would be I, Mystic, the second in the Magi cycle. So, if you're taking a look at this and you want to find the best way to support me as an author or as an artist, that would be to buy some of the novels. Go to buymynovels.com, B-U-Y, mynovels.com. If you go there, take a look at things, that is the absolute best way to support me. This is not getting me light in the way that I want to get it in. Okay, we're going to move this lamp one more time. I know, it delays everything, but if I don't get the right lighting on the canvas, I'm not going to be able to paint it properly, guys. That's much better. Okay, we've got some drips going on the canvas. Let's grab a great big brush and start playing around with some clouds and sky, shall we? We're going to start to naturally get some clouds that just start to form in here as we do this. These are makeup brushes that I use. I like to use a wide variety of makeup brushes. So there's going to be some big makeup brushes, some little ones, and everything in between. The cloud layer that I'm putting on in front before I end up painting the black dragon is going to be layer after layer after layer. So as it starts to form in front of you guys and you watch it happen, what's those words from, what was that, Meet the Robinsons? Prepare to be amazed. Okay. See if I can get a little better lighting from this thing. Nope. No better lighting there. Yeah, we're just going to have to deal with it. It works for me. Somehow, my studio lost one of my favorite extra lamps. I don't know where it's at, but I've got a large industrial building that I'm in, so it could be just about anywhere, to be honest. And let's get some blue, a little bit of burnt umber in there as well. A little more burnt umber up over here, right along there. And then we're going to come in with a great big makeup brush, just this one, and we will start forming the clouds, and it'll mix right on the canvas. Okay. Sad thing happened today, guys. I had to block somebody on Facebook who became too much of a pain. Ended up deciding that it was better to have them blocked off of it and not have to deal with it. So sometimes it's just a shame. Okay. Those of you that do know that this will be probably painting number, I believe it's number 10 in the grief cycle paintings. We're at the denial stage. I'm not having fun, which the entire idea, it started with the Spite and Malice paintings. The Spite and Malice paintings were ones to show that I could paint whatever I wanted because there was an artist telling me, you don't get to paint that. And he went through and started telling me, other people, that my art was AI and that I'm a no talent bum. So we are having fun. And the only reason we're going to continue numbering them is because we started with that as a premise. I'm at a point now where I don't really care. I've had so much support from my fans. People like Renee. Yes, it is better to protect my peace, right, Renee? And hey, I know that there are some other people. There's 10 people watching right now. You guys need to start shouting out in the comments. Let me know who you are. If you're brand new to me and you've never found me before, make sure that you like and follow. Again, if you have not gone out and purchased a book, iMagi, or if you need to purchase a card game, it's the iMagi Kingdom of Thor card game. Or you can purchase The Man Who Would Be Time, which is about the man who would be time. It's almost like I put it right in the title for you. Okay, we've got some nice dark clouds going on, and we've got to make this incredibly dramatic because we're going to put our black dragon in it at a later time. So there needs to be lots of different types of colors, lots of different types of directions of the clouds, and all of that is just going to form for me on the canvas as we go along. I don't even know what it's going to look like yet. I don't even have an idea or a concept in my head. So, all right, let's have some fun here. Let's just start to make the clouds. I think we will choose at this point where our light source will come from. Normally I would put a light source right up here. I think now we'll end up putting the light source right there. We'll have some nice dark clouds over top of it to create that drama. The clouds just start to form themselves on the canvas for us. And let's get a direction going, shall we? Let's do the big bright right here. That's going to be the center of our light source coming down this way across the canvas. All right. And we're going to have some big clouds down here that we will end up working in. If you're just tuning in and you've never seen this before, right now it's just going to look like a lot of blobs. if you stick around for 10 minutes, you guys will watch some clouds just appear like you've never seen before. Because I've got a style that, and a technique that I created for making these clouds. I use a bunch of makeup brushes in order to get them going. And hey, everyone, let's get some comments going inside the comment. One of the things I like to do is, if you are an artist, I encourage other artists that are tuning into this to watch Technique. Drop your information inside the comments. I have a fantastic fan base. They're really just a bunch of my friends, because I don't have fans, I have friends. And they would love to take a look at other people's artwork as well. And so instead of being one of those pages where people say, this is my page, you can't advertise here. No, I'm going to encourage you. Drop your information on there. I want to see it. I want my fans to know who you are. I want other people to succeed. This is not a zero-sum game. We can all succeed together. The rising tide lifts all boats. So let's have you guys put something in there so that we can see it, okay? All right, we're starting to get some clouds. We've got some darks going on. We've got some lights going on. We're having fun. Ooh, low power mode for my phone. Why didn't I even think about plugging it in? Well, let's do that right now, shall we? Okay. All right. Are we charging? We are charging. Great. Okay, good news all around. Now, let's see. Let's move on to adding a little bit of color in some certain spots. Let's add some color down along this area. Push some paint around and then grab the brushes that we need in order to take that from just looking like globs into the clouds. And the clouds really are the most important part of the painting. The dragon's going to be nice and cool too, but without getting the clouds right, we just will not have anything to show for it. We got a lot of brushes that we're going to cycle through very quickly. We got a lot of colors that are going to layer upon layer upon layer as we go into this. All of that is just to get a background and a direction of where I'm going to go with this. Now we can start getting some actual clouds put in. So hold on to your hats. Let's clean a few of our brushes real quick and then jump in with this. Again, I'm only seeing a couple of people. Hey, Rich, nice to see you in there, buddy. Rich Baker, everyone. Rich Baker is a friend of mine. It is nice to see you in the comments. Thank you. All right, let's choose a couple of different brushes. We're going to use these two, and we're going to start putting in some details of clouds. Okay, so first thing I want is I'm going to get some titanium white, and I'm going to start picking out a forefront area along this cloud bank here. This is right in the middle of the sky. We're not going to have any kind of a landscape. There's not going to be any kind of a horizon. So we don't need to make our clouds follow a consistent rule of point of view, because the clouds can be all over the place once you're all the way up in the sky. You might be in the middle of a storm at that point. Let's just kind of carry that down there. We're going to do the same thing, bringing that across here along the back of these. And you do not need to, with these makeup brushes, really plan everything out. You just kind of have to let it happen. So if you are known as a very tight and in control artist, this method is going to be difficult for you, because you're kind of throwing caution to the wind and just letting it happen. And the layer on layer on layer will eventually start to make everything come out. So the individual that I had to end up blocking on Facebook today, they're rather upset at me. Kind of felt like they were playing both sides of the fence in an ongoing issue, and it's interesting. But I'm not going to call out their names because I don't need to do that. That's not the entire point. The point is, I feel bad about having to block them, but I feel good about the reasons of why I did it. And that's ultimately, I'm kind of a soft heart guy. Too soft hearted a little bit. For an entire year and a half, I allowed a group of artists to just chase me away from painting. And when I did that, I stopped painting for that year and a half. I think it was exactly a year and a half. And then word got to me that the person who I had allowed to chase me away, that person was taking a victory lap on me and telling people that I was an AI artist, telling people that I was a piece of crap, telling people that I stole every idea from him. That's when I came up with the idea of the spite and malice paintings. My spite of what they were telling me I couldn't do, their malice for trying to keep me from doing it. And a cousin of mine, he said, you know, you really ought to do the entire grief cycle, Sean. He says, you've got to have denial, anger, you've got to go through them all. So we're currently in the denial. I'm not having fun. This is a lot of fun, by the way, but I'm not having fun. Remember that, guys. Okay, where's the next brush that we need? I think it is currently over here. All right. Hey, if you are new to my channel, please hop in the comments and let me know that you're out there. If you're not new to my channel and you're one of my friends, please comment so that I know that you're there. I like to see the comments. I like to shout people out. And again, if you are not here for the part where I say, if you are an artist and you're just starting out or you're looking for inspiration, my fans love new artists. Make sure you drop information in there so that they can follow links, so that they can find you. As I always say, by the way, I just lost a brush. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's in the second cleaning area. Okay. Hi, Tony. Nice to see you. Renee's comments are so funny. By the way, Tony, this painting is for Renee. It's a commission by her. So we're going to have a lot of fun as she watches her painting form in front of her. Where was I at? Oh, young artists. Put your comments out there. I have a fantastic fan base because they're all my friends. They would love to see your work. And don't be afraid. None of them are judgy people. They just want to be able to see new work. If somebody's just starting out, I have a young artist who pops on here every now and then. I think he's only 14, and he always comments about his work. We all want to see that. We want to know what you guys are working on. Just think of this as the brand new Bob Ross channel, okay, guys? This is the joy of painting. I want you guys to take inspiration from this and paint your own paintings. I want you guys to enjoy watching the painting. I want you guys to comment. And if you ever do see me at a convention, come up and say hello to me. I actually want my fans to run up and tackle me. Except for Renee. Don't tackle me, please. Hey, there she is. Miss Riss Jones in the house. One of my most ardent supporters and friends and fans. But as I always say, she is a friend, not a fan. So welcome to the party. We are just creating a very interesting cloudscape right now. And we're going to soften that up with a great big brush. I love these makeup brushes. They make my life so much easier. I'm going to soften this up a little bit and get some of that trailing off. The wind up here is really very violent. And it's exactly where a dragon would want to hang out, is up in the buffeting winds that are in the pretty wonderful white clouds of death. It's what my friends that are pilots would call any kind of clouds like these. Big fluffy white clouds of death. They don't fly through them, but a dragon can. Specifically, Renee's dragon can. All right, here we go. We currently have 8 people watching. We kind of got up to a point where we had 14 people watching all at once, which was great. I love seeing that. Let's put some dark colors up in here, shall we? And actually, before we put the dark colors up there, let's pick out our actual light source, which is right through here, and then we're going to put some cloud right across there over top of it. That'll give us that drama that just appears right on the canvas for us. All right. Okay. Now we're going to go to one of my favorite brushes, this one right here. You always want to touch it and find out if it's wet enough. It is pretty dry right now. Hey, all right. We got someone else watching. Thank you. That is Tony letting me know that, I believe you're letting me know one of your boys is watching, right? Because I don't even know how you guys, Aggie, you call him Aggie, right? I've met him a few times, right? He's one of the ones that I was teaching martial arts to for fun. Yes. Hi, Aggie. Everyone give a shout out to Aggie. Say hi to Aggie in the comments. All right, let's get a little bit more. You know what? I think I need a bit of vibrant, bright blue for the background. I've covered up a bit too much of it. We're going to put some in right through here, and then we're going to mix it so that it'll just fall in and underneath and behind those clouds. And it's a pretty easy thing to do. You just have to have the right brushes for it. Oh, this is going to give us a lot of separation of color, which is great. That color is going to feel like it's got multiple hues to it through the background. I love it. And then maybe a little bit right here. Yes. Okay. He says hello. Thanks, Aggie. Appreciate you saying hello and stopping by to watch. Always a nice thing to have happen. Way to go. Aggie, I don't know. Do you ever paint? Do you like painting? I've never talked to you about that. We just need to get that beat in there. Okay, now we've got to get some color on that because right now we're just kind of black and white, black and white, black and white. If we don't get some color in there, it is not going to look quite right. So let's do it, shall we? We're going to fall back to this brush right here, which just came out of the drink, so we've got to get it dried off. He does like it. Sweet. You should try doing some painting at home, Aggie. Okay, we're going to get our coral pink there. And we're going to get some Naples yellow on with it as well. And then we're going to dip one edge of it and get some titanium white. And when we do that, we're going to have a wide variety of different colors that we've got to mix through here. And then when we come through with our makeup brush, it's going to give us the kind of movement that we want. So when you start pulling across and it gets tacky, that means the paint on the back of it is drying. And that's okay. You just can't go too hard. You go too hard once it happens, and you'll be picking up a lot of the paint from the back. So you want to go real light touch on this. Light touch, and then just pull your light spears down and across where you want to have them at. And then go through and do your mixing again. You just have to keep on going until you start getting the feel that you're looking for. If I do want to push a little harder, it'll bring out a lot of the paint that I've got on the forefront. It'll show me the background. So that's always a nice thing to have happen. I like to see that. Okay. Great big fuzzy brush to soften things up. maybe a little bit of this through here to get some of our cloud bank back going again. And a little over here and there. We've got some of that yellow that's in it. Now, if this is too dry, I don't want to get that one wet, so I'm going to go to a different one. I'm going to get that just a touch wet there. Just get it so that it's got some water in it. Because if it's got some water in it, it's going to move the paint around as it dries a little. It's going to rehydrate it. The problem is I'm trying to dip it in the water just barely, and I keep on missing the water. Imagine that. Yes, we're getting the separation the way that I want it. Layer, 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 layer. That's the secret to the clouds, the way that you make them look right. So you have a million different layers to the paint. And again, the reason I don't want to use the other one that's dry is because now I'm going to come through with the dry brush. I'm going to smooth everything out. Probably going to get carpal tunnel by the time I am 60 because of how fast I end up moving this stuff. Okay, all right. We're starting to get exactly where I want to go with it. He needs a good teacher. Well, hey, I'll teach you how to paint, Aggie. I'd be happy to teach you how to paint. You're close. You can just come over. Renee would love to learn how to paint from me, too. She's not that close, though. She's up in Walla Walla. Walla Walla, Washington. Okay, now, we're going to fall back to some of these brushes now. Okay, and we're going to start giving our clouds a little more shape now. These are not the great big broad strokes like what we've just been doing. What we're doing is we're imagining since our light source is coming down this way, we'll actually put a spear of light coming down here, and then we will grab this and just pull it across. Get a little bit more in there. Hey, by the way, is Emily on here? Is Simone on here? Come on. Where are my other friends out there in the Tri-Cities, huh? There we go. And that's what's going to light up right through here. And we want to give a little bit of color to that. Not too much. So we're going to fuzz it out with this brush. Just enough. You might want to get a little more color right through here. Give ourselves an extra layer of the clouds back along this length. Then we go back to this brush, which is a little bit wet. And we take and we pull it. And we're going to take from the front edge and we're pulling it back, guys. So we're not going to push into it. I can do clockwise and counterclockwise all day long, but I want to make sure that I preserve that forward edge. At least part of it. Okay, so we've got that going on. All right. It didn't work out. I'll keep to drawing. That's not the way you're going to do it. No, I'm going to get you, Renee, I'm going to get you to explore painting. Once I show you some of these real fun tricks, you'll never give it up. Well, I mean, unless somebody's mean to you, like I allowed someone to be mean to me. But I didn't give it up for long, guys. And it's due to my fans like you guys. That's the entire reason. My friends like you guys are the ones that ended up bringing me back out of retirement after a year and a half. So I really appreciate that. We're going to dip into this makeup brush right here. It's a little bit wet. It's going to go ahead and pull this. We're going to act like the sun is just pushing these clouds right out of the way. A lot of these clouds will be behind the dragon when we get around to doing the dragon. But that's okay because the background in a painting, you have to think about doing your background and then moving forward. There we go. You know, Aggie, you could just end up keep watching these and Renee, well, fine. I just need to make it out there for my little mini. You would go all the way to the Tri-Cities if I came out to the Pasco Red Lion, right? Let's get that there. Moving up. Maybe a little down here. Yes, of course you would. See? Perfect. And then I just have to do a painting display. There are about 5 people watching this right now, so I gotta know if Simone and Rose are on, and if Emily's watching as well. Come on, guys, give me some shout outs. Let me know if you're watching so that I know who's in the comments. Pull that and get a little more vibrant right there. Okay. Okay, back to one of these brushes. I've got 2 of these that I like to switch between, depending upon what kind of technique that I want to get. And right now, again, all we're doing is this is just background on background on background, just to get it so that it works for us. Maybe we've got another spear of light that comes down that way and a little there. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, we've got to go into our other colors. The color that we're going to start using now, an important one, is going to be our raw umber. So all of the colors that are on there right now, we've been using a little bit of, I don't even know which color blue I ended up putting in there, Prussian blue. Okay, we've got a little bit of Prussian blue that we've been using. We've got some titanium white. We have some unbleached titanium white. We have some Naples yellow, and we have some coral. We're going to use a little bit more of the unbleached titanium white. That will start giving us a little bit of clouds that are a little more somber. They're not as bright. And when we dip into our burnt umber, we can start giving some of that kind of brown color that you get in clouds that have storms on them. I'm going to dip back into this brush here and start pulling the cloud the way that it needs to form. And when that burnt umber mixes with the titanium white, you get a really interesting striation to your clouds. And if it doesn't get dark enough, then you dip into your blue and a little bit of Payne's gray, bring it through there, and then start bringing that color down into your clouds. That's a little bit too blue, so I'm going to bring in some more burnt umber. Maybe pull some of that down through this area. If we don't have these points of really dark areas, then we're not going to have a good amount of drama on the canvas. You have to have the drama on the canvas. There's got to be so much drama you could swear it was a bunch of 13-year-old girls in middle school talking about a boy. That's the kind of drama you want to have on your canvas. Okay, so we're starting to get some good color there. That's the way that we like that looking. By the way, anybody who gets upset about the fact that I just said as much drama as a couple of 13-year-old girls in middle school, you can deal with it. If that's what drove people away from being fans of mine, that'll be the funniest thing, because I've got plenty of other things that are way on the line that could drive my fans away. Okay. We're using this one again, but we've got to clean some of the paint off of it so that it's just a little tacky. It can't be completely wet, and it can't be full of other color. Come on, guys. I'm not getting anything in the comments. There we go. I'm going to grab some of this burnt umber from there and bring it up through here. You can grab paint that's heavy on one side of your canvas and move it to another. Perfectly acceptable. If your paint is a little heavy and you want to get rid of some of those brush strokes, just go lighter with these makeup brushes and they will do what they're supposed to do, which is smooth things out. You gals all know how to use makeup brushes. Some guys know how to use makeup brushes. The only thing I've done with them is paint. Okay, we need our great big brush for softening. We're going to push heavy with that one. Okay, now we're going to put some real heavy paint up there, but since we have some paint up there already that's in the right, drama's okay on the canvas, just not in life. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Just trying to get rid of all the drama in my life. The rub of it is, that's what brought me back to painting, and that's what's made some of these last paintings so good. But I guess you've got to have a lot of very heavy emotions in order to create art. Just ask any kind of heavy metal guy. Most of the best songs that they've ever created came from a very dark place. So, guess what I'm saying is, don't try to fight it. Just embrace it. Go with it. Okay, let's see. I've got to find exactly the right brushes I want. I want these two brushes right here, and I want a finer brush. This one. That one's going to do it. Emily is out with her mom. She will get on when she's done. Very cool. Sweet. I'm looking forward to that. I like it when you and Emily are on. I specifically like it when we also have Simone and Rose on here because they end up picking on each other. And it's funny because everybody likes to pick on Simone, and Simone knows how to dish it back too. Okay. That one's not wet. Where's one that's already wet? That one is. There we go. Those spears of light. You can see how I was planning it from the back, and now that we've gotten to the foreground, we've got it coming out. That was a little bit wet. That one was too much. We'll switch over to this one, which is not wet. There we go. Fuzz out areas that are too heavy. Good. That one's got to have, where's that one that's wet? Oh, we've got a little bit of dark paint on there. That's okay, because that'll give us some interesting extras to that. There we go. Bring it out. Bring it out. Okay, let's get that dark color in there now. We're going to use some burnt umber and that Prussian blue. The burnt umber and the Prussian blue together are going to give us a color that looks black until you get right up near it, and it's not going to be black at all. And that's the way we want it, because when you see it in person, which the person who's going to be able to see it in person, that's a terrible sentence, it's going to be Renee. She will know by looking at it that that's not black and have a lot of fun looking at color after color after color as you dive deep into the painting. There we go. Yeah. I like the way that's working. So we've got some heavy clouds that are across that, and our light source is coming from behind and underneath it. Yes, that looks nice. I like the way that works. Okay, put a little through here. Again, if you've never been on my streams before, Simone and Ruby are awesome. Did I say Rose, not Ruby? I may have. By the way, I just realized, you know that light I was looking for? I found it. I had it over here the entire time, strapped to the wall. Ah, I meant Ruby, not Rose. My heavens. Don't let her know I said that one. Renee, you're sworn to secrecy. Sworn to secrecy. Hold a painting for ransom. You know I can. I would never do that to you. Or would I? Calderon. Yes, exactly. Ruby, if you actually watch this thing later on, I am so sorry. You're one of my favorite people. I would never get your name wrong. That never happened. It's a figment of your imagination. Or, as I like to say, it's a figment of your imagination. See, either one works. Okay, now let's get down to business with color. We're going to get some yellow ochre, some titanium white, and a little bit of our coral on there. And we're going to pick across this area. And then some across back here. Now, when we switch over to our makeup brushes, which we need to make sure are nice and clean and don't have any dark colors in them this time, we pull from the back, and it gives us that formation of what you're traditionally used to seeing in clouds. Ruby's going to listen to this, and she's going to murder me for getting her name wrong. Okay. All right, clouds are starting to form. Need it nice and vibrant up here. We need a little more titanium white in there as well. This has got to be very, very heavy up through here because this is our light source. Okay, so Renee, are you enjoying watching your painting so far? All right, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It's interesting to watch it go from just a bunch of blobs into the clouds and start to get that different layer after layer after layer. Unless you actually watch them live through the whole thing at those beginning stages, you'd never know it was going to turn into something like this. So Emily's husband, Shad, I sent him a link to this, and he was like, "Hey, you can't paint that. That looks just like a Sean Nathan Ricks original." He's funny. I like that guy. I'm really glad that you enjoy loving and watching these. I mean, you guys are the ones that keep me painting. You guys are the ones that keep me half sane. Only half sane, because if I was fully sane, they wouldn't be interesting paintings. Let's get that softened up a little bit here with the great big brush. I'm starting to get a little too uniform, and the nice thing about this brush is I can use all of the different aspects of the roll on it in order to get different techniques brought forward. I can use the edge of it when I want to bring just a little bit of paint in the areas. I can push really hard when I want to end up getting the cloud to disperse some. And then I can use a great big soft brush to soften up all of the edges and get the brush strokes out of it. And we're almost done with the cloud stuff. We'll get to the dragon here pretty shortly. All right, let's get another color brought in. We're going to bring in some raw sienna. Raw sienna is going to give this kind of warm tan or a neutral tone to it. There we go. Okay, that's starting to look nice through there. Uh, Soften it up just a little bit. I really like this tone that I'm getting through. I think I'll work on that little trail with some more of the raw umber. We'll just pick out some and we'll give a tendril through those clouds and then have it pick up here and get heavy right through there. Now, if I'm going to do that, I need to use a very small makeup brush because otherwise it'll be too heavy. And anything that I end up doing too much with, I can always just get some more titanium white on top of it and disperse it a bit. So if Aggie is still watching and taking notes, that's one of the things that you want to do. Oh yeah, I like that. Well, I like that. It turned out a lot. Bigger makeup brush, soften up some of the edges. Gives us more of a warmth to our dark, dark areas. Great big makeup brush to really soften it. That's looking nice. Hey, Blaine! How do you do, man? Blaine is another person who is up that I met in the Missoula area. Blaine is a genius when it comes to, well, a couple of things really, but the big thing that I know him for is his concrete work. Well, I worked concrete way back in the day, but I can't shape and make concrete work the way he does. So if you are building something and you're up in the Missoula area or you're up in certain areas of Montana and you want to have some kind of a decorative fountain or something, Blaine's the guy. Okay, let's make this part down here very dark. We're going to get into our Prussian blue, a little bit of our unbleached titanium, and then a lot of our raw umber. And you know what? We might put a little bit of the coral in too, just to give it a little different color down through here. And we're going to feather it out this way, and we're going to do some over here as well. And maybe a little right there. Now, we've got a lot of paint in a lot of different areas. We have to work it very, very fast, or it'll set up on us, kind of like concrete. Funny how that just seemed to work out right there. Plug for Blaine. Blaine, if you've got a link to any of your business stuff, you want to just put it in there. If you've got a website or anything, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Oh, I just dropped the great big brush I needed. Okay. We've got a lot of paint that came through here. Let's lighten that up a little. That looks good. A little more. This brush has a lot of water in it, so it's going to force the paint around and pick some of it up where I don't want it to be at and push it back. And then the great big flat brush is going to soften it for me. We're going to start working on this. And to do that, we want more of these colors here. I'm going to bring some of that back down and through there. Okay. Now, where's the brush that I want? Oh, found it. So the benefit of using the giant brush that I just had, the great big one, is it'll start to dry some of the stuff as it's moving the paint around. It'll smooth out some of the brush strokes as well. Let's get a little bit right here. Maybe some, just pull that back just a little bit. And then I think I would like a little more detail down in here. So let's add it. How many people we got watching? 4 people. If Tony's still watching, then technically that's 5 people. A little unbleached titanium, a little bit of color. Okay, this brush. I like that. The wind is pulling some of that cloud apart right there. Because why not? It's your own little world. You can put your own happy trees on it. Everybody who's watched Bob Ross knows that one. So it's an interesting note is that when I grew up in high school, I was the worst artist in my AP class. I really was. The artist that taught it, her name was Zan. She herself admitted that I was a pity let in. I had a lot of love for art, but I was terrible at it. She just let me in because she felt bad for me. And then over the years, I worked so hard on it because she used to say, talent ends at age 21. After that, everything is hard work and perspiration. And I really took that to heart because in the end, I I think there's only two of us from my entire high school graduating class that became professional artists. That's it. Okay, clouds are looking good. We have this really nice thing right here, so we really ought to pick out a bit of detail on that too. Not as heavy though, because that one's just kind of faded a little bit. So we want a little bit of color. We don't want it to be heavy, heavy, heavy. So we're just going to make a little tendril of it along it. Okay, there we go. We've got that. Now, there, that looks nice. And if we've got that, then it's hitting the forefront of this cloud really heavy, so it's going to be much brighter. Maybe a little bit back behind it as well. All right, let's get some more of that raw sienna and give us a little bit of color through here. And a little bit of color through here. Oh, we got a lot of color on that one. Have to get another brush and kind of pull some of that color out. There we go. There's no mistakes on it, just happy little accidents, right guys? Maybe a little there. You know what? I think we want some of that color to actually come down through here too. I like the way that worked, and I think I'll put a little there and there also. And some through here. Got some really good clouds now. So normally I would tell people, be careful, do not have your mixing water near your drinking water, because any artist who's done that knows that it tastes terrible. But this time, I did not actually get myself some water. No, I'm not about to drink my mixing water because I don't have water to drink here. That would be bad. That would probably be the less effective example of what to do. We're going to go with some real vibrant coral down here in these clouds. That looks nice. So our clouds have formed up very well. Hoovian. Yeah, it is kind of Hoovian. What do you know about the man who would be time? Wellness Today info. Who is Wellness Today info? I gotta know who is that one because I know a lot about the man who would be time. Since I wrote the novel. You know what? Since it's going to be a black dragon, I think I want to get some red into these clouds as well. And I don't have any red picked out, so let's take just a second. We're definitely going to put a little bit of orange in there. So we'll get some orange. Oh, I haven't even taken the cap off of this orange. We'll get some orange. And then we can get some red. And let's go with, I've got a choice between deep red I can go with red. I don't want to go with magenta. Red medium. Crimson. Is the crimson going to do it? Let me take a look at crimson. Nah, crimson's not going to quite do it. No, let's go with the red. Red medium. That'll work for us today. We only need a dab on our palette because we're not going to use too much. And you want the deep red in there? The deep red will go in a minute, but right now, let's just take some of this and then put some of that orange next to it as well. And it is going to be overpowering real quick. It'll really add some vibrancy through here. And then right on the very tip here, I think, bring that through. And some back through here, and then a lot of red back through here. I think I want to darken this up in the corner a lot too. And we're going to bring in the red to help with that. So the red and the Prussian blue will mix together to give a very impressive kind of purple color for us. Can you go back to this brush? Soften it up the way we want, soften that up a little bit, pull it. There we go. That makes me happy with the way that worked out. Darken this up a bit too. And then a little more dark right up in there. Okay, we got 5 people listening. Fire clouds. Yeah. Why not? We've got 5 people. So of the 5 people that are out there, I already know that Blaine's on here. I already know that we've got Renee, because of course it's hers. Totally not Simone. Simone finally showed up. Hey, Rose, Ruby, I absolutely did not get your name wrong through this entire thing. Anybody who says that is wrong. Okay? I didn't. It was not me. There's not a single time that I accidentally referred to you as Rose instead of Ruby. Whoever says that was lying. Got it? Okay, I'm glad we had this talk. And right now, I would imagine that Simone is probably laughing her head off. All right. Okay. Jeremiah was a friend of mine too. Jeremiah. I mean, I know Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. Okay, there we go. Looking very good with the way we've got things going on here. Okay. I am fairly happy with the way that looks. Jeremiah was bullfrog. Mighty fine wine, yes. Everybody's singing the song now. You see, that's the great thing about this. Okay, let's see here. Simone is in the house. I'm making sure that I've got all of these. Okay. Okay, guys, what we're going to do now is the scary part. Wellness Today info. Wellness Today info. Micah? Is it Micah who's Wellness Today info? I don't actually know who Wellness Today info would be. And you guys are not helping me out. Whoever that is not coming forth and saying what their name is. Now, we have to let it dry a little bit, and we're going to freeform draw the dragon in here. And just so you know, I have never freeform drawn a dragon. I've always used little cheats. Like I've either used a projector or I've had the sketch right next to me. We don't have the sketch right next to me. We don't have any of that stuff. We're going to just try it and see if it works. So I hope you guys are as excited to yell and scream at me as I am. Okay. Freeform painting a dragon right on the canvas. I've got to really prepare my paint. So I'm mixing it very nicely right now. Going to use this brush right here. The paint has, Sean Original Dragon, yes. And I haven't sketched this one out before. I didn't actually do any kind of tests on it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. So let's just probably bring that more down like that. Give it a horn right here, I think. Bring that horn out that way. And I imagine that just like my clouds, this thing's going to change about 1,000,000 times as we go along. All right, here we go. Horn number 1, so of course we need the horn in the back to come out like that. We need to decide exactly how we want to have the eye ridge form and where. Darken that up and that. Okay, now I think we're going to make that horn a lot larger. Maybe the second one. All of this is just going to get darkened in. We're just blocking the entire thing out at this point. And we will see if I enjoy it or if I want to elongate. I think I want to elongate the nose just a little. Ooh, that is some wet paint right there. We're going to grab it before it drips. This is one of the situations where we can't allow the paint to drip. That's elegant. I'll take that. I like the way that's working out. Let's go out from the neck. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere with this, right? Get her done. I'm here for this. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. All right. Let's see. Okie dokie. All right, we're getting somewhere. Let's get the rest of this brought down. Because we're elegant so far. There. Okay, we've got a pretty good shape. I'm liking the way that works. We're going to have another wing that's right over here. Comes to the back of things. I'm okay with it. Let's see. That works so far for me. Now, let's see. How are we going to do this? This is a nail biter for me, guys, since I've never really done stuff like this before. We're going to have to really play around with that forearm until we have it the way that I want it to be. Okay, well, we've got something. I'm not sure I'm exactly happy with it, but we've got something. And then we'll just echo that up here. And I think we'll probably cheat by just putting the back one in nothing but silhouette. Okay. Now, I want more of that there. And I'll play around with all of that. Right now we just need to get a big brush and start blocking it in. Where is the brush that I'm looking for that? There's a flat brush here somewhere. Okay. All right. By the way, I reserve the right to say that if I don't like this one, I will make you another one. All right. This entire wing is going to be nothing but silhouettes. We don't have to work hard on this one. Let's get our makeup brush out because I want to be able to use that across this. You like it no matter what? Okay. All right. Let's pull some of this paint. I want some of this back through here. I'm just going to grab paint from different spots, and that'll lighten up this wing a little bit, make it look a little more membraney. And I'll pull that paint in here. I should pull that around and around and around. Okay. Well, we're starting to get somewhere, right, guys? Maybe I might be able to pull this off for you, Renee. I think I want. Oh, my hand's all wet from the water. We can't have that. Would have just about gotten the painting with a big old fingerprint on it. Talk about leaving a signature. Is my head in the way, by the way? Did I just get my head in the entire thing? It's awesome so far. Thank you, Renee. I don't know if I'm actually getting my head in the shot. Okay, we've got a pretty good face so far. We all love you. Seriously, all right, Wellness Today info. Who is Wellness Today info? Please tell me who you are. Jeez, come on. Because you obviously know what one of my novels is. It's driving me nuts. It's got to be Micah. It's got to be Micah. He's just screwing with me. If you're not Micah, I really need to know because it is the kind of thing that Micah would do. Micah is one of my editors. He's a friend of mine that I've known for a long time. I can't really afford to pay anyone to edit my novels right now. So he's editing them and having a blast. He gets paid in paintings, by the way. Um, Speaking of which, being paid, it's probably not considered couth to tell anyone how much a painting is being paid for. But Renee, do you mind if I tell them how much you're paid for the painting? because there's a different price when you end up having it live painted. Okay. Oh, come on. You're not hurt. I can't afford to pay you either. I can't afford to pay anyone. Uh, totally not Simone. You're also hurt out there. Stop it, Simone. Is Ruby there near you? Ruby, smack her. Okay. All right. So far, so good. We're getting some good color. Elmo's gonna sue. Elmo. I'm not getting the joke here, guys. Maybe it's because I'm trying to focus on the painting. I'm not actually reading what's going on. What am I missing? Somebody spell it out for me. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Why is everybody always picking on me? Why is it always somebody named Simone? Simone, are we going to do a thing together where we have the convention and we're the two artists in our little mini convention? Okay, I'm starting to feel pretty good about the way this is forming up now. It's from a talk show that had Elmo as a guest star, and the host was trying and trying to mess with Elmo while it was on the puppeteer's hand, and he accidentally like dropped Elmo on the ground, and so Elmo was on the floor, and they all scattered to pick him up, and so when he put him back on the guy's hand, Elmo's fur was all messed up, and he looked like he got the crap out of him, and he kept apologizing. The guy who does almost the voice was like Elmo's going to sue. That's funny. Okay, now that's hilarious. Elmo's going to sue. I mean, yeah. I mean, think about how many kids were like, wait, there's a hand in there? Also, still, Rose, not Rose. Shoot, I did it again. Ruby, My gosh, something's wrong with my brain today. Ruby, I'm sorry. I blame Simone. Next time Ruby sees me, I'm going to be the one that gets smacked. Okay, we're starting to feel like we got something. You get your first freehand dragon. You can tell them how much I paid you. Yeah, so a live painting on air is $300, and that's exactly what she paid. It's $300. Might have been some discounts. All right, let's see here. We've got to start thinking about how we can pick in some detail now. Um, let's see if we've got the head dry enough to work on yet. Give me just 1 second. I'm mixing up some paint, guys. My first freehand dragon on canvas. I've done some freehand dragons on a sketch, but I've never done a freehand dragon on canvas. So there's definitely been an adventure so far. I think just like anything else, it's going to be layer on layer on layer. Got to get the spot for the eye in. Dragon looks less like Trogdor now. All right, thank you, thank you. It's just layer on layer on layer. It's just like when you first see the clouds. The clouds, they just look like a globby mess when you first start with them. I don't like that. We're probably going to go in and change that eye quite a bit. I'll probably get a much smaller brush and work on that. I also think we will make prints of this available. One of these days, guys, I really do need to paint a painting of Prince and then sell prints of Prince. Let's pick that one out as well. I am not the expert on dragons, but it is a lot of fun doing this one. Change that eye out. I don't like that. We're going to get some dark paint and start shaping the way that I want the eye. May even work on the forehead just a little bit more. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be better if I come out that way. Let's bring the forehead just a little bit more out. Let's make it a 5 head. The AI of Prince holding a dog named Prince and make prints of that. Rose by any other name would still be Ruby. uh, Sir Bobbert. Hey, you know what? That's what I ought to start going by. I can't go by Bob Ross. That's already been taken. We all know that. I would never pretend to be Bob Ross. But I could be Sir Bobbert of the art world. I'll take Sir Bobbert. All right. All right. Now, Black Dragon coming up. Well, that's a stretch for the fingers. Got it though. Okay. We're starting to get somewhere, I think. Sundown. I really, really, really am starting to get annoyed at this Wellness Today info who is not telling us who they are. And I'm sure that whoever it is finding it absolutely hilarious. Oh, that's a long stretch for the fingers too. There's always going to be somebody who says that's not the way that dragon anatomy is. Well, I don't really care. When was the last time you saw a dragon? I mean, other than yesterday. Yeah, we'll work on that. Still got a lot we can do on these areas. Right now, we're still just kind of getting everything blocked in. Details come later. Okay. Never enough zip ties. Okay, I talk about zip ties all the time. That doesn't actually help me Zip ties are one of those things that you can use anywhere. That does not narrow down who it is that I am talking to. Hey, Simone, get them. I guess it could be. Krista, is that you? No, that couldn't be it. Scroll up. Scroll up. Dang, you messed up your own choke. Okay, so Wellness Today info has got to also be Simone. Or is that Ruby? See, I got the name right that time. See, I'm very proud of my aging self. All right. Everything after this is going to be detail work, detailed work, detail work. That picked up a little bit of paint that I didn't want it to pick up. Oh, come on. Lay some paint down in there, would ya? Thank you, brush. It's definitely me in another dimension. I'll bet you're a dimension traveler, Simone. All right, Simone, get yourself. Elmo gonna sue. Okay. All right, guys. We've got to stop there because the rest of this is going to be, I exist in all planes. The rest of this is going to be very, very detailed work that I'm going to have to do off camera. I will get it over to you, Renee, and step by step, all the leaves, every shadow, all the leaves. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Simone. So this is where we stop for the moment on the live painting, and thanks for joining us. Let's see. Certain vermint. That wouldn't be a really good video if I didn't walk you guys out through the studio. We can see the painting that most seagulls. My hell. All right. So that's the one that yesterday inside the comments, that is the one that Tyler ended up saying, mine, like as soon as I ended up putting it in the meeting or in the group text or chat. That must be exhausting. You want this one? This one sold yesterday. And of course, these two right here, we know what those go to. These are the ones that I will make prints of as well. And we've got, maybe we should put him right side up. Got this one that we ended up doing. Oh, and by the way, do you guys remember the story behind these two giant paintings? The ex-wife ended up wanting these, and she told me to hold on to them for 30 days. Well, these I just sold to someone. I mean, I realized they're giant paintings, but I wanted them gone so badly, I let him have both paintings for 600 bucks. So, $600, they took away the paintings of the Tetons. This painting, I haven't sold this. I haven't decided what to do with this painting. I mean, it does end up belonging inside one of the novels. So he also knows an HVAC guy if you need that. The painting on the top, that one is gone. And then I have one guy who has not picked up his floating island paintings. Hasn't paid for them either. So these paintings, these ones are still available, guys. They haven't been paid for yet. And that also goes with this one. This one hasn't been paid for yet. Totally not Simone. It's me. I'm the HVAC guy. That one I need to get to someone up in Missoula. I am way late getting that to them, like a year late getting them to him. And I'm thinking, guys, of taking and holding a drawing for this. So I need to know, is there any interest in anybody who's ever purchased a painting? Is there any interest in somebody end up taking that in a drawing? So let me know real quick, guys. Because I got it. It's got to go away. I really like Michael Brugger and I really like Rob, but they're no longer in the card game. So we will probably hold a drawing for that. I haven't figured out how it's going to go. I think it'll have to be around limited edition prints as well. Now the person who helped me get that printed was our concrete guy up near Missoula. So if you're still listening, Blaine, you may want to make a comment in here whether or not you want to have that in a drawing as well. And if you're not listening, Blaine, I'll have to reach out to you and let you know. So I think the way that I will do it for this thing would be I will hold a sale for limited edition prints. They'll be $20 a pop. They'll be of a lot of the new things. And then anybody who is in it, I think I'll probably hold the sale for the limited edition prints over a period of a week. And at the end of the week, I'll hold a drawing for anybody who has ended up purchasing the limited edition prints. And in the drawing, whoever wins in the drawing, whoever's name I pick out, ends up getting that, the very first advertisement for iMagi. So let me know, guys. And that one's already sold as well. That was a commission. Sorry, Gibbet. Gibbet. You never tell me how to say that. You're going to get so mad at me. You're going to call me after this. It's almost as bad as calling someone Rose when they're really named Ruby. 72. I prefer 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. So, not that one. Not this one. This one's already sold. The other one. The other one. Which other one? The one you painted the other day. Oh, that's already sold too. It's already sold. It's gone. Yeah, the ocean one. The ocean one with the giant clouds. It's gone. What do I do with this painting, guys? There's too much time in it to actually sell it. I mean, I'll tell you what. It's a big painting. First person to come up with $500 gets that painting. Okay? It's a big painting. $500 takes it. Okay? I mean, it's huge in comparison to any of the other ones. And it's just something that I'm tired of having inside the studio. I should probably let it go for about $1,500 to $1,600, but I don't care. At this point, if somebody wants to take that one, you think I ought to keep it? All right, I'll keep it. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm tired of seeing it. Tired of looking at it. And that one, I still haven't got that one done yet, guys. I'll get it done eventually. These up here, you guys know which ones those are. I haven't taken those to the guy yet. They haven't been delivered. Those are going to be hand delivered. So that's a double one there. That's one of the Spite and Malices. No, wait, that was one of the first of the I'm not having any fun yet, or I'm not having fun. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining in, guys. And Renee, I'll let you know when the painting's done, and I'll send you updates, update pics of it along the way. Okay? Thanks, guys.